Hey, happy Saturday. Woo! I have had a busy morning. I went out to an exercise class first thing this morning, and I've been running errands ever since then. Gosh, I had to go everywhere. Um, my what is he? He's my dad's first cousin. Does that make him my second cousin? I don't know how cousins work. Anyway, we have the reunion in his house every year, and he called me last night and wanted a picture. I took a picture of some of that generation, like all those cousins together, and he wanted a copy of that picture. And I said, well, how do you want me to get it to you? And he just laughed. He said, girl, he always calls me that, girl, I only have a flip phone. I don't know what you were thinking, but you're gonna have to print a picture and put it in the mail. So I had to go. I just sent it to Walgreens and went and picked it up and I had to get to the post office before they closed, because they're only open from 10 to 12 on Saturday. So you got to be Johnny on the spot if you want to make it to the post office when they're open on Saturday. You got 2 hours. So I had to go out to Walgreens, get that picture, get it in an envelope, get his address, get it in the mail. And my dad wanted a copy of the little postcard that I had made up to send out to everybody for the reunion. Wanted me to send him one, to send it to somebody he knows. I had to mail him a postcard. I had to put it in a mailer and mail him a blank postcard so I could send it to him. I don't have his address, but I'll get it. Like, why don't you just give me the address when you get it and I'll send it? No, just send it to me. It just seems like an extra step that's not necessary, but okay. Got to go to the post office and mail that picture anyway. I did that. I had to return those lights to Aldi. And I got some groceries while I was there. Had to go to Walmart to get some stuff. I still got some more stuff to drop off at Goodwill. I got more because I went through my closet and got some stuff out of there. Now I'm headed to Kohl's to return this Wi-Fi USB adapter that I bought just in case I needed it when I was having computer problems. I don't need it. I ended up not needing it, so I'm doing the return thing at Kohl's. So, you go to your Amazon app and you do the return, and anyway, it's the only time I ever go to Kohl's is when I return stuff I do Amazon returns up here at Kohl's all the time because it's free. You show them the little code, and I always want to call it a QVC code. I know that's wrong, but I always want to say it's a QVC code. It's a QR code. I don't know what that stands for. I could look it up, but I'm lazy and I don't really care that much. You just show them the little thing on your phone and they take it, and it takes like 2 seconds. It's always super fast. And I like when things are super fast and efficient. I was thinking about my electrician the other day, talking about my doorbell, and I thought about asking him, what options do I have? I like having a doorbell. Is there a way you can turn the volume down? I haven't really looked at it. Is there any way I can make it a little bit quieter? I do like having a doorbell because if I'm upstairs, like if I'm in my room with the door shut and somebody knocks on the door, I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I can hear the doorbell, but it is really loud, and I wondered if there's a way to make it a little quieter. If not, can I get a different kind of doorbell that's just not quite so jarring? Something that maybe like does like some alarms where the sound starts off slowly and it's not like ding dong, because that's what my doorbell does, and it scares me to death every time. I jump every time, and then I'm just irritable for the next 5 minutes or so. Oh, there's a little poodle. Look at the doggy. Can you see the dog? I don't know if you can see. Look at that little puppy. Hey, puppy. He's sniffing the air. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can't see shit right now. I wanted to talk to you about why I'm never going to retire. I've already distracted myself 14 times, and I've been talking to y'all for less than 5 minutes. Woo! I have just been on. I've been going since about 6:30 this morning. I'm just yay. I've only had a little bit of caffeine. The rest of it's natural. It's just natural. I'm on a natural high. I was thinking about doorbell. I told you about the doorbell. My electrician, that's what brought it up. I was thinking about my electrician because one thing I really like about my electrician, I've had the same guy do several different things at my house, like electrical things. I had him put in new lights outside, the outlets on the front of my house. He's a younger guy, and he's really quiet. He sounds like he might be Canadian. He's got an accent that sounds kind of like maybe he's Canadian, because the attorney I work for grew up in Canada, and they kind of have the same sort of accent. I've never asked him though. But anyway, one thing I like about him is that he gets straight to the point, and I so appreciate that. And I understand the importance of small talk when it comes to social cohesion and stuff like that. Like, small talk is important, and I can make small talk if I need to. I'm not especially crazy about small talk though. I don't like it. I like it when people just get to the point, and my electrician does that. He's great. He's so great. He comes over, I'll send him a text or an email or something like, hey, I have this thing, can you do this? And he'll usually just respond with, yep. When do you want me to come out? I don't know. How about Tuesday? Okay, cool. And he comes out and he'll go, so you want me to do this right here? Yes. Okay, cool. And he pops in his little earbuds and he just gets to work. Then that's it. There's no chit chat. Why am I at Christmas tree shops? This is not where I meant to end up. I was about to park. Shoot, I need to pay attention. I really appreciate people that can just get to the point. And believe it or not, I know it doesn't sound like it when I make these videos, because I'm all over the place. I'm like a squirrel on crack or something. But no, normally I like to get to the point. I don't like it when people hem and haw and take 6 days to say anything. Like, just spit it out. Just spit it out. Especially if it's bad. Like, just give it to me. Just give it to me straight. Just tell me. Don't beat around the bush. And I really appreciate that. But I wanted to talk to you about, well, I'm never going to retire, or I don't have any plans to ever retire. I want to pull forward, but you're in the way. Hang on a minute. I'm waiting for this car to move. Oh, God, that's crooked. No, I'm not pulling forward. That car's crooked as a politician. Hang on. That wasn't for me. Okay. No, I don't plan to ever retire. See, my childhood was a little different, I guess, especially for most kids growing up today. Not all kids. I realize, everybody's experience is different, but I grew up out in the middle of nowhere. And my dad is a big believer in making kids work hard. I mean, like physical labor. He would say, oh, y'all didn't work hard. But compared to even kids of my generation, I worked harder than any kid I knew. We always had a huge garden every year. We would have to spend hours out there 2 or 3 times a week tending to the garden, my brother and me. My brother's 4 years older. We had to chop wood. We had to haul wood. We had to do all kinds of yard work. We did stuff inside. We did chores inside and outside the house 6 days a week our entire childhood. Now, we did get paid. For a long time, I'd get like $5 a week for my chores. If I did them. If you didn't do your chores, you didn't get paid. Or if you didn't do them to my parents' satisfaction, you didn't get paid. But we were taught how to work hard. And I really think that you have to learn how to do that. I honestly think it's kind of like a skill, and a lot of people never learn how to work hard. They don't know how to do it. And if you've been watching the trends of things worldwide and a lot of global shit going on on many different fronts, I believe we're headed for some really bad times, and I think the younger generation is going to have to learn to work hard, whether they want to or not, at some point in their lives as adults. I do think their lives are going to get a lot harder than they are now. I think the younger generations, like the millennials and Gen Z, you guys are going to have to deal with some tough times. That's just, I could be wrong. I hope I am, but I think we're in for some bad, and not just here in the USA, I mean like everywhere. I think there's some really bad shit coming from multiple fronts. Just if you just look at international news and just little things that are happening that just, I don't know. I think it's going to add up to a perfect storm of really bad shit. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this. I would stock up on food if I were you, though. And anything you like to have available. If I were you, I would stock up a little bit on that. That's not any kind of financial advice or anything. I'm just saying I would, if you can. Plant a garden if you can. Anyway, I learned how to work hard as a child, and I spent a lot of years working hard, and I hated every damn minute of it. And I'm gonna sit here and tell you, I hated it. I hated it. Because it seemed like whenever we were cutting wood, it was always either on the hottest day of the year or the coldest day of the year, and it was just misery, and it was all day, and it was always on a Saturday, and it would take up the whole day. My dad would have a load of slabs delivered to the house. We had a wood-burning stove. That's all we had for heat for most of my childhood, and it was in the living room, and I lived in a single-wide trailer, and either end of the house was always freezing cold in the winter and burning up in the summer. I was always freezing cold or burning up, it seemed like. And one of the promises I made myself as a child, that when I grew up, number one, I would have a house I was not ashamed for people to see, that no one would laugh at when they saw it and go, "You live there?" And two, I was going to be physically comfortable in my own home. I don't want to freeze to death. I don't want to burn up. I want to be comfortable in my own home. And I have tried my best to do that, although the damn natural gas goes up again, I swear I'm gonna go on strike, but I don't even know how would you do that. Natural gas keeps going up. It's crazy. My gas bill has more than doubled over the last year and a half, I would say. It's nuts. But anyway, I hated all that hard work, but honestly, I've been grateful for it as an adult, because there have been many times in my life, and I've had different jobs, not so much as an adult, but when I was in college, I had to do physical work in some of the work I did. And it was great because I was able to do it without feeling like I was going to die. You have to learn how to do physical work. You have to condition your body to be accustomed to it. And a lot of people today just are not conditioned to do hard work. But again, over the next 20, 30 years, you may have to learn whether you want to or not. You're going to have to toughen up some. And you're not going to like it either. I hated it, but you may have to do it. But I can go back to that if I need to. I can go back to working hard. I don't think you ever really forget how. It's kind of like riding a bike. I am older, so it's harder on my body now, but I could still do it. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever retire. I love having something to get up for. I think everybody needs a purpose. You need a reason to get up in the morning. And I think a lot of people, when they retire, I think that's why a lot of people's health just declines rapidly when they retire. You hear about people, they retire and a month later they drop dead. I think it's so stressful for some people. But I think you need a reason to get up in the mornings. You need a purpose. You really do. And I think a lot of people today just don't have that. And I think it contributes to depression. I think it contributes to anxiety. I think it contributes to your overall health, to feel like you have a purpose, a reason for living. And a lot of people just don't seem to have that. They don't have any goals. They don't have any ambition. They don't have any purpose. And I just don't think it's healthy. But I love to work. I do. I love to work. I love, I have my day job, and I love getting up and going, all right, what are we doing today? I want to get on here and see what we got going today. It's just exciting to me. I don't know. I like having something to do. So I don't plan to ever retire. I mean, I've thought about it, like, how different would my life be if I had like $1 billion in the bank? It really wouldn't change my life all that much. I really wouldn't live very differently than I do now. I'd still go to Goodwill. I'd still shop at Aldi. I would probably still cut my own grass, because I guess I'm like Forrest Gump. I just like doing it and just I cut that grass for free. So I like doing it so much. I enjoy having things to do. I like it. The thought of retiring and just having a completely clear schedule is depressing to me. I wouldn't want it. I like working. I like having things to do. I like things that keep me busy. So, no, I would never stop working. No matter how much money I had, I want to keep working. It wouldn't matter. I would work anyway. It wouldn't change my life much at all. I mean, I'd pay my house off. I would do that. I'd probably travel more. I would definitely travel more, because that is one thing I would love to do, is to do some traveling. But at this period of time in my life, it's not too easy with 2 kids in school. And like, I mean, I can, but yeah, it's not super easy. But the older they get, the easier it is. So yeah, I would like to do some traveling, and I do plan to do that anyway. Whether I got $1 billion or not, I still want to do that. I want to get out and see things. I always like coming back here, but I want to get out there and go places and see stuff. So I do plan on doing that. But yeah, I'll always... That's very harsh. Maybe lose my train of thought. But yeah, I do plan on traveling more, but I will always work. I like having my day job, and I would recommend it to anyone. If you feel lost, if you feel like you don't know what direction your life is going in, get up and do one thing. That's what I do, because I do deal with depression and anxiety periodically, and some spells are worse than others. I don't take any antidepressants or anything like that. I don't take Xanax. I took Effexor for a period of time back in 2015. Yeah, it was actually around the time I started my other channel. I went through a really, really bad period of time in my life. There was a lot of just personal stuff going on, and my therapist put me on Effexor, and things, circumstances in my life got better. I didn't want to keep taking it because I didn't like the way it made me feel. Trying to get off of that stuff was a nightmare. It was an absolute freaking nightmare trying to slowly wean myself off of that stuff. I had brain zaps, which if you've ever tried to get off an antidepressant, you might have had brain zaps. Those are very uncomfortable. It's just like periodically it feels like somebody's just doing like this with a little zapper on your brain. It's a brain zap. It's just, very uncomfortable. I had those for about 2 months off and on. And yeah, I said, I will never take that shit again. I will never take it again. But if I'm going through a period of depression, I reach a point where I feel like I can sort of do it. I tell myself, get up and do one thing. Stand up and do one thing. Stand up and put away a cup, or stand up and get the laundry basket off the floor. Do one thing. See how you feel after that. Do you feel like doing another thing? Sometimes if I just get up and start moving, it does help. That's not medical advice or anything. That's just what I do. Stand up and do one thing. And I find that getting my body moving and having a reason to keep it moving does a lot for my frame of mind and for my mood. And that's one of the things I love most about having a job, is that it gives me a sense of purpose, I guess. It gives me something, it gives some meaning to my day. It gives me a sense of accomplishment, especially when I get like a really big project done and we get it all sent in, and it's accepted, and it's like, yes. It's a great feeling. I really enjoy that. So no, I don't plan to ever retire. The thought of being retired to me is depressing. I don't want to be retired. I don't think I could ever really do it. Glenda the Good Witch and I have talked about this numerous times, because he feels the same way. He said, I can't imagine not working. I cannot imagine not having a job. Even if I just work like 2 days a week at Lowe's or something, I got to have something to do. I said, exactly. That's how I feel. I don't care if I just work in a grocery store 3 days a week, just to have a reason to get up and get out and, talk to people. Because I am more inclined to stay alone and not talk to people. That's sort of that's like my default. But I know I need to get out and talk to people some, because you can lose your social skills over time if you don't. You have to get out and interact with people sometimes. You really do. Because I'd rather not. I'd rather just be by myself. But I'm an INFJ. I prefer my solitude, but sometimes if you were to see me out in public, you wouldn't know. I don't really come across that way. I can be sociable and stuff, but it wears me out. It really does. After the family reunion, I'm always really just drained for several days after that, because I have to be kind of on all day long, and I'm up there with the microphone and I'm talking to everybody, and I have to give a speech, and it's like a whole thing, and I have to be just on all day, and it's fun. I enjoy it, but it completely wears me out. But anyway, yeah, having a job gives me purpose. It forces me to talk to people and interact with people and work with people, and I think that's good for me, and I don't plan to ever stop. I will probably work until I die. Even if it's just like volunteer work or something. I need somewhere to be. I need a reason to get up and go somewhere. And that's one of the reasons why I do so many exercise classes, is like this morning, like, okay, we're starting early. I'll be there. Okay. And I'll be there. That's no problem. It gives me a sense of purpose, and it makes me feel like I'm really doing something. So, although we had to do a lot of running in this class, and I did not know we were going to have to do that much running. And she said, yeah, we're running today. I'm like, what? Why? I don't want to run. But I did. I ran all my laps and I did my stuff. So, whew. And I've hurt my wrist. Have you ever sustained an injury and had no idea how you did it? My wrist is jacked up. I don't know what I did to it, but I noticed yesterday, if I bend it back much at all, it really hurts right in there. Just like, it's almost like it's a little sprain or something. But I can't recall what I did to it. I don't recall doing anything to my wrist to hurt it. But it was bothering me this morning. I had to modify some of my exercises because, like, I cannot, like, if I were doing push-ups, I couldn't do them. There's no damn way. I'll do chest presses or something, but I can't do a push-up. Because to put my hands down and put weight on that wrist, it hurts like hell. I don't know what I did to it. I don't recall doing anything to it. Maybe I slept on it weird or something. That's possible. I might have done that like night before last or something, and then just realized it yesterday. Even bending it this way hurts a little, but back, I can't push on it at all. It hurts. I don't know what the hell I did to it. So, I don't know. Hopefully it'll get better. I don't know what I did. And then yesterday I hurt my leg. I have this metal frame that you can put like a bag on, like if you're bagging leaves, and it will hold the bag up and open. And I have a gate that goes into my backyard, and I was going through that gate holding that frame, and somehow I got that metal frame between the gate and my leg, and it like mashed on my leg really hard, and now I have a bruise on my leg that's like a line from that thing. Man, I was mad at myself, like, how the hell did you do that? I don't know. Anyway, my son and I are going to be outside doing yard work later, but I need to get this thing returned. And yeah, I think I'm doing 2 classes tomorrow and 2 Monday. Mondays I usually do 2. There's another class I found on Mondays that I really like, so I do 2 on Mondays typically. So I like the way it makes me feel. I like to get out and be active and do things, and I don't do well with just sitting around. If I ever had a physical limitation that forced me to be sedentary, I think I would go insane. I cannot stand to sit still. Like, I need to be doing stuff. Like right now I'm itching to go in there and return this thing, which I'm going to do, but I need to remember to take my phone with me because the little code is on the phone. So anyway, yeah, retirement, no thank you. I don't ever plan to completely retire. No, I will always be doing something, even if it's just a part-time job somewhere or a volunteer somewhere. I'm going to be doing something somewhere. You can bet on that. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to be working somewhere, because I like it. I like to work, and I'm really glad that as a child I had to do so much of it. I had to do so much physical work. I didn't know any other child that had to do as much as I had to do. But that was one thing that my dad was very adamant about, was like, my kids are going to learn how to work. They're going to know how to work. And we were, it was drilled into our heads from the time we were little, my brother and me, nobody owes you anything. If you want anything, you're going to have to get out there and work for it. Nobody's going to hand it to you. You're going to have to go work for it. And that's what I was taught all my life. And, I get it. I know how to work hard. I can work hard if I need to. So anyway, I'm going to go into Kohl's and I always like to look at their workout stuff. Every now and then I'll buy like a shirt or a pair of shorts or something. Because when you return it, you get this little thing where you'll get like $5 off or 25% off of something. And yeah, it gives me an excuse to go in there shop. Oh, a puppy. Hello, dog. It's a mini Doberman Pinscher. So cute. I love dogs. I've thought about volunteering at the animal shelter. A friend of mine does. And she goes out and you go through like a training thing to do it, and then you can go just like when on your schedule you go out and you can walk the dogs, or she does a lot of walking with the dogs, and she'll take her phone with her and take pictures of some of the dogs up for adoption, and she'll put them on like Facebook and stuff. And cute little puppies, but I'm not at a point in my life where I can have a dog, so I just enjoy seeing other people's dogs. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really hope you're having a great Saturday, and I'll see you again soon.